Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, back for my Week 7 picks and predictions. I apologize sincerely, as I missed last week. I had a bunch of midterms I had to lock in, focus in, but now it's time to focus in. And by the way, last week was my best week. Damn it! When I'm off camera, I do well. I went 11-4, 3-2 for my guarantees. Everyone missed it, so let's try to duplicate it. Let's try to replicate it right now as I make my Week 7 picks and predictions. And let us begin with a Thursday night football game, as we have the Denver Broncos traveling to Arizona, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Broncos are struggling. After starting 2-0, they've lost their last 4 games. They have fallen and they cannot get up. Can they go to Arizona and get a W? This is a tough game for me. I don't like either one of these teams, but you know what? This year, for the most part, home teams have been winning on Thursday Night Football. Last week, the Eagles were able to go to New York and get their victory, but for the most part, home teams have been winning. Although I do believe the Broncos are a better team, I think the Cardinals have found something under Josh Rosen. They're starting to get some momentum offensively. Ricky Seals-Jones, Christian Kirk, they're starting to improve and show out. Give me the Cardinals to beat the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. Next game, oh boy, here we go. We have the London game. Oh great, I have to wake up for once and watch the Tennessee Titans. Fine, I'll do it. I have to do it, and you know, you're gonna get an early recap for once, so that's nice. Tennessee Titans against the LA Chargers. Man, I would love nothing more for the Titans to win this game, because a 3-4 start, man, that is bad. I will not say that the season is over, but being 3-4, having lost to the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Dolphins, all being AFC wildcard contenders, it really puts us behind the 8 ball. Luckily, the AFC South stinks, but again, I'm not really excited about making the playoffs and getting bounced out in the first or second round. I'd like to. I mean, I'd prefer that to missing the playoffs, but not really looking forward to that. So, I'd love to win this game, remain competitive in the wildcard race just in case the Texans or the Jaguars end up really catching fire. But man, Phillip Rivers has historically kicked the Titans' asses. I mean, he always scores points on us. Somehow Jake Locker was able to defeat him in 2013. I don't see us repeating that, have the Chargers beating the Tennessee Titans, but I do believe the Titans will bounce back and have a better performance this week than they had last week. Minnesota Vikings, they're traveling to New York, taking on the New York Football Jets. And an interesting game here. The Jets have been playing better. They're 3-3, and maybe once again trying to get into that AFC playoff discussion, but my Minnesota Vikings are back. Yes, I will stick with my Super Bowl pick, although the LA Rams are looking great right now. My Vikings are coming back. Kirk Cousins is at the helm, giving pre-game speeches, getting the troops ready week after week after week. I expect the same thing here, even the Vikings to go to New York and get the victory. New England Patriots, they're traveling to Chicago, taking on the Chicago Bears. Tough game here. Are the Bears ready to make the leap to defeat the New England Patriots in Chicago? They couldn't get it done last week against Brock Osweiler and the Miami Dolphins, albeit in Miami they couldn't get it done, and now Tom Brady's coming to town. But man, the Patriots are in stride, and when the Patriots are in stride, you can't pick against them, man. They got the run game going with Sony Michel. Julian Edelman has got himself back into the lineup. He's looking good. He's crisp with Tom Brady right now. Gronk is getting back into the flow and the rhythm of things. The defense is still pretty bad, but offensively, they're getting it done. I gotta pick the Patriots, man. It's so dangerous for me to pick against the Patriots, even going up against this good Chicago Bears team that I told you before the season would make the playoffs. They're headed for the wild card. They won't win the division, but they headed for the wild card. Vikings still winning the NFC North. Give me the Patriots to go to Chicago and get the victory here. Detroit Lions, they're traveling to Miami, taking on the Miami Dolphins. And look, Dolphins fans, I'm not gonna lie, I had the Bears winning in Miami last week. I still don't respect the Miami Dolphins. I don't. I'm sorry. And the Detroit Lions are coming off of a bye week. Okay, they still have their trio of wide receivers in Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, and Golden Tate, and Brock Osweiler. Although he looked good last week, I don't expect that to continue, even under the great Adam Gase. Give me the Detroit Lions to go to Miami and get it done, coming off of that bye week. Next game, Carolina Panthers, they're traveling to Philadelphia, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Carolina Panthers, they struggled last week in Washington on the road. I expect similar results here. The Eagles are so difficult, so hard to beat in Philadelphia, man. It's so hard to win in Philly. I expect that to continue. That is where they made their mark last season. Giving the Eagles to win this game here as they start to get flowing and getting into the rhythm of things. Next game, Cleveland Browns. They're traveling to Tampa Bay, taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this was the most difficult game for me to predict. Cleveland Browns, they got their ass kicked last week in Cleveland. I thought they were going to lose, but even not as bad as they ended up losing 38-14. But the Chargers are a good team, so that's respectable. It's a respectable loss for sure. Tampa Bay is struggling. Tampa Bay is limping. Since Jameis Winston has come back into the lineup, they have not won a game. They need to win a game. They're getting desperate now. I think they will win this one. Although I do believe the Browns are a better team. I do believe this. It's in Tampa Bay. Okay, it's Cleveland traveling to Tampa Bay, AFC visiting an NFC team. I like the Bucks here. They're not going to win many games this year, but this should be a game that they win. Give me the Buccaneers to win this game in Tampa Bay. Next game, we have the Houston Texans. They're traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Houston Texans, beep, 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 beep. They're back from the dead. I can't believe it. Starting 0-3. They are back 3-3 now. Can they travel to Jacksonville? And further, the dagger that is piercing through their hearts right now after starting 3-1. Jaguars struggling, 2 horrible losses in the past 2 weeks, especially last week 4-7 to the Dallas Cowboys. Ridiculous, people, preposterous. I don't know who I want to win this game, honestly. I prefer for both of them to lose. Can we get another tie? I mean, NFL want to serve up another tie for me. Hey, I'll take it. I don't want anyone to win this game. It's so hard to pick the Jaguars right now. Leonard Fournette is likely to miss this game again. Deshaun Watson is still up and down. Last week he didn't have a good game. Well, he only scored 13 offensive points against the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Jaguars, okay? Because they still have that defense. Although it struggled last week, they still have that defense, and it started against Kansas City too. The defense is still there. Blake Bortles stinks. But he should be able to win this game in Jacksonville. I mean, Jesus Christ, in Jacksonville, after losing 2 straight games, they should wake up now, right? Right? We'll see. Jesus, I don't want to pick either one of these teams, but I got to do it. Next game, Buffalo Bills. They're traveling to Indianapolis, taking on the Indianapolis Colts, and this is a team that is truly dead in the AFC South race. Good news there. Buffalo Bills, they continue to have some decent performances lately. Okay, maybe they're not complete trash and utter garbage. Wow. Maybe they would have won last week if Nathan Peterman had to come into the game and show, again, another example why he's the worst quarterback maybe ever. I mean, remember, there are 2 people I hate always. Bryce Petty, who stinks, and thank God he's finally out of the picture. I mean, Jesus Christ. Bryce Petty, Nathan Peterman, and Jamarcus Russell. They're all sitting at the nerd table in the lunchroom, playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I mean, they stink. I mean, hygienically, they stink. They stink. They can't play. There's a whole bunch of... That's why the nerd table. Screw them. But for this game, they're not going to start Nathan Peterman. They're starting Derek Anderson, who has been able to come in for the Carolina Panthers and win some games for them. But this ain't the Carolina Panthers. These are the Buffalo Bills. And the Colts are hungry for a win. It's been a while. They still have Andrew at the helm, and they're not going to go like 3-13. They're not that type of team. They're going to win some games, and this is one of them in Indianapolis. Give me the Colts to win this game. New Orleans Saints, they're traveling to Baltimore, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. As I learned last week, and it hurt to see because it was my favorite team. The Baltimore Ravens, people, they are legit, man. They are getting after the quarterback. New Orleans Saints are better than I thought they'd be. Not by much. I still want to see how they deal with their later half of the schedule because it will get more difficult. But for right now, they're getting it done, man. They're looking good. But I think they lose this game, man. The Ravens are so hard to beat in Baltimore. They have their best performances in Baltimore. They blew out the Buffalo Bills. They handled the Denver Broncos in Baltimore, man. They are a problem. This is a good football team right now in Baltimore. Give the Ravens to beat the New Orleans Saints, although the Saints are a better football team. LA Rams, they're traveling to San Francisco, taking on the San Francisco 49ers, and I can't believe this. The 49ers are 9.5-point underdogs. We're going to discuss that later for my guarantees. This is absurd. The 49ers are performing well with CJ Beathard under the helm. The defense still stinks. I mean, we know it stinks, but they're competing and they're putting up points. I expect the same thing here, but I also expect for the LA Rams to win this game. Now, one thing to look out for, this is a back-to-back road game for the LA Rams. That's difficult. It's difficult to win back-to-back road games, even against bad teams. Broncos bad team, and 49ers, sorry, I know you're competing, you're a bad team. Sorry, you're bad. 1-5, you're bad. I mean, you need to admit that. So it's a little dangerous, but I think they can get it done. They are the best team in the NFL for a reason, a Super Bowl contender indeed. So give me the LA Rams to go to San Francisco and get the W. Next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys going to Washington, taking on the Redskins in some NFC East family rivalry battle action here. It is going to be interesting. Who the hell wants to win the NFC East? The AFC South and NFC East. Why do these two divisions stink? Every year they stink. I mean, the NFC East better. Don't get me wrong, it's better. But we had years where 9-6-1 and 9-7 has won this damned division. Someone damn it to hell, please. Redskins. They looked good last week. They handled the Carolina Panthers, a good football team. That was impressive. Now they got their asses kicked. Okay, absolutely kicked in New Orleans. But I was in New Orleans. They looked good-ish in Washington. I still don't know how they lost to the Colts. Don't ask me. But whatever formula the Colts had, which was mainly stop the run and use Andrew Luck, the Cowboys can't quite employ because they don't have an Andrew Luck type quarterback at the helm. Give me Washington to get the W here. I don't love this, but I got to pick somebody. It's in Washington. They should get it done. Again, they beat the Panthers last week, and the Panthers are actually very similar to the Cowboys, except they have a way better black quarterback. So give me the Washington Redskins to win this game. Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs, people. The Chiefs lost last week in New England. I told you they would not beat New England in New England, but they're still putting up points. Their offense isn't slowing down yet. It will. And their defense is still bad, so expect the Cincinnati Bengals to put up points. This will be a high-scoring affair, and I think it's going to be very close, but ultimately the Chiefs, this is a game that they should win. Andy Dalton on the national stage beating Patrick Mahomes? I don't think so. Give me the Chiefs to win this game here. And then finally, the other Monday Night Football game, New York Giants traveling to Atlanta, taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Whoever loses this game, we can officially put the dagger in. The Falcons, come on. There's some beep. That they're still barely alive there. Maybe they could still make the NFC Championship like I had. I know I'm reaching. I want it. I don't want to be wrong. I still believe in Atlanta. Come on, wake up. I think they can get this done. Now, Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham, they will show up. Ooh, and they will cause damage. There's going to be points scored in Atlanta on Monday Night Football. But at the same time, I look at this Falcons team, and they're too inconsistent. I'm doing the Russo swerve. I got the New York Giants going to Atlanta and getting the W here. You didn't see it coming. I had to swerve you for a second. I think we got upset. You know, I'm tired of picking. I'm picking too many favorites, man. I'm tired of boring you. Let's go with an upset here. I got the Giants. I think Saquon, Odell, I think they show up. I think Eli shows up. And I think my Falcons die here. I think my NFC Championship pick here finally dies. Devontae Freeman's still out. Still have a bunch of injuries on defense. Giants defense is, I think, better than the Falcons defense right now. And offensively, I think they're going to show up against this Falcons defense like everyone else has. Give me the Giants, actually. I know it's shocking. Give me the Giants to go to Atlanta and win. I'm telling you, this is one of the upsets of the week. All right, move on to my guarantees of the week. And let us begin. And I'm going to regret this. With my Tennessee Titans. Yes, I'm going to bet on the Tennessee Titans. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's 6.5 points on a neutral field. They were so bad last week, and I know this team comes back after those horrible performances. Every time you have a horrible performance, we always come back, we always play decent. We may still lose, and I think we will lose. We will play decent. I think we'll slow down the Chargers enough. I think our offense will do something. I think Corey Davis will have a big game, and we'll put up some points, and Derrick Henry will slow down the game a bit. I think they'll finally learn some lessons and start to compete again and move towards hopefully still making the playoffs and being an NFC playoff team this year that could hopefully do something. Jesus Christ, hopefully. But at least for this week, I like them within 6.5 points. I do. Next game, Lions -3, man. I'm sorry, Dolphins fans. I'm betting on this. I love the Lions -2. I think they go to Miami. They get it done. They handle Brock Osweiler. The Lions see that division is still possible. They can still be in the running. I think they're waking up similar to the Houston Texans now. And I think even more so than the Houston Texans are waking up. So give me the Detroit Lions -3. Minnesota Vikings -3 as well. Now, this is a bit risky. The Jets have been up and down at home, and last week they were up as they handled the Denver Broncos. But you know what? Or 2 weeks ago. But you know what? I think they'll be able to get it done, the Vikings, even in New York. Again, they're starting to get it going. They're getting their flow, the rhythm. The defense is playing better. Offense still consistent. Give me the Vikings -3. Next game, Redskins -1. Now, I don't love this, okay? If you're not going to pick one of my 5 guarantees, this might be it. But I feel like they're going to win this game. I feel like, you know, they handled the Panthers. They had a nice week 1 game as well. I don't know what happened against the Colts. I don't know. And that's what scares me. But they should get this done. They should get this done. Give me the Redskins -1. And then 49ers +9.5. Man, it's too much. The 49ers are showing that they can compete with teams. They won't win. They don't know how to win. C.J. Beathard does not know how to win football games. He doesn't know how. He's just throwing picks at the end of games. I don't know what he's doing. But 9.5 points. 9.5. Rams second straight road game. 9.5 points. Give it a 9.5. 49ers +9.5. So there you go. Those are my NFL Week 7 picks and predictions. If you haven't already, watch my NBA predictions. I went live for that yesterday. Go to Sports Fan Entertainment, the channel, and watch that. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.